Let's work on the lights for the remote control. Fortunately, we have that nice image we can use as a reference. I don't want the base to show up during the time I show and hide stuff, so I will hide it from the viewport and hide it from the rendering. Very good. Now my remote collection is selected. That's the one with the remote in it. Go back to image editor, and there we are. And I can only just repeat this tip. When you want to learn rendering and modeling, start with simple objects, rebuild them, and then for rendering, try to find actual photos so you have a guide how they did it. It's super easy to do that way. So now to place lights, I want to move them around, align them up with the object, also in terms of rotation and all this stuff. And my remote control is rotated right now. So to make this task a little bit easier, because I know I have an object behind, in front, below, and actually somewhere here, I will rotate my remote control back to 0, then place the lights, and then rotate everything together via the parenting function. That makes it a lot easier. Okay, so here is my remote control. This is, we have to memorize 24, 22, 218. You can make a screenshot over it. Click, drag down, 0. There we are. Very good. Now, Shift S, cursor to the selected. That creates then a cursor at where the remote control is. Shift A, add a light. And we have a light below, so we can move the light down. The light is really big. Let's make this 10 centimeters. Oh, the light is rotated. That's why I was just curious. Why is there no reflection on it? Strength .001 probably. Now let's rotate it along X or Y. Doesn't matter. Zip, and there we are, 180. So it shines bottom onto it. That's good for right now. Then if I rotate my view this way, we also have a light in the front. So this light, I can press Shift D and escape. Move it to here, there. Then I move the light up. And then I rotate this one. And looks like Y is minus 90 in my case. And then this I clean up. Very good. Now I have a reflection or a highlight on there. Very good. So the next thing to do is we have a highlight there. So this is above. So Shift D, escape, move this light up. In this case, we can remove this orientation. There we are. This later we have to move left and right to do the effect. Very good. And I think to get this thing here, we have another light somewhere on the side. So the tag is on the little tag, has to be there. Okay, good. Now I'm confused which side we have to do this. That one we can do later. What we'll do actually, I will show you that process. So the next thing we have to do, we need to parent actually the lights to the remote. So Shift select all the lights, Shift select the control, the remote, object, parent, child, object. Perfect. Now when I rotate my remote, you see all the lights work with it. Minus 22, minus 24, and the rest I already forgot. What was it? Oh, 24, 22, 218. Minus 24, minus 22, minus 218. Now we have the rotation back, or exactly the way we want, and you see all the lights are also rotate it. That makes things now so much easier because I can perfectly scale, position, rotate the lights around my object, and they always look at it. So let's start with the bottom light. We can see the highlight actually goes along the whole body. So maybe we have to bring this one up a little bit. The light is too small and a little bit too wide. So let's switch the shape to rectangle. Maybe 10 centimeters. And let's make this 15 centimeters. Okay, 20 centimeters. And there we can see now it runs across the whole part. Very good. Okay, move this one further down. So we just get a nice rim. And it's only at this edge. It's not going up to the sides, which tells me that this light has to be further away from the camera. See, I'm just moving it away there, and I'm also moving it up this way. And maybe we can now make this really 15 and 5 centimeters. Let's see. Yeah, there we are. Actually, let's put this back to 20. There. Okay. Tick too strong. Half it. Okay, these areas we can later always add, not add, increase. We can also move this a little bit closer to get more light on it. About adding another quarter. There. Good. That was slide number 1. Let's work on this reflection there. So we have this light. Hello there. That one is way too big, maybe 5 centimeters. And now when we bring this closer, where do I see this? There. When I bring this over, this is a square. I don't like this, so I will make this a rectangle. 2.5 centimeters high and 5 centimeters wide. So it has a more rectangular cross section, kind of like the remote. It's not even above it, but it's a little bit below. And then what about we bring this to the side? Yeah, see, then I get the highlight just only on this corner because this has no highlight there. Very good. Oh, looks peachy. Good. Next one, the highlight here on top. What we see is this is more, this is less illuminated. This side has nothing. So the light is not really directly above. It is actually a little bit more up there. And then it is also more there. Let's also here adjust the size to be 5 to 15 centimeters, not 5 meters. That is huge. Whoops, wrong orientation. There we are. Okay, let's bring this over. How does this work? Yeah, this actually seems to do it a little bit. But man, I only have the light there, but not here. How can I do this? So let's hide these lights for the moment. My world is also kind of grayish, so I make this pitch black. So now it's a lot easier to see how this light works. When I bring this one down, yeah, that works. I could actually rotate this one. Maybe, yeah, make this one 90, 0, and 0. So you see that actually it shines parallel to the remote control. Then let's move this one up. See, this way I get this more darker, this I get more light, and then let's move this one down. Or rotate this a little bit more. This is, by the way, also a rendering, I strongly think, because this is so flat. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Alt H shows all the other objects. Perfect. Very good. That's not too bad. Now, because we changed the background of the world to black, we get really nice black areas. That's something we need to do in our rendering. If we make this bright, we're just shooting more light in, but everything gets too bright. We want to really work with the highlights here as much as possible. A little bit more fine tuning for the lights. There, that's good. Here we have a really nice black area. We don't have that there yet, so I still need to figure out how they did this. I'm hiding these lights again, and I need to further tinker with this one. Maybe I have to move this more down, bring this over, more down. Yeah, I think that's actually the way how this works. Give this a little bit more of light. Oh. Yeah, okay. Now this is better. Alt H, show the rest. Goodie. And then we have here now a highlight. So probably a light like this we need to do in the front. So we can select this light if we want to, Shift D escape. Because we're in local mode, we just slide it down. Then we bring this one up. We rotate this one. And now I need to figure out where does this slide have to be to do exactly what I want it to be. This is also really big. So 15 centimeters by 1 centimeter, make a really tiny one. I'm going to hide these other lights again. So I simply only see this one and can work with it. So there I see getting a highlight, a gradation just there, and then stopping at this corner. This is really what I try to do. And light hits actually the top part. That's not good, which means this has to look more down. And there we are. So because the plastic is reflective, it still catches a little bit of that light. Let's say we make this a tick stronger. Whoa. There we are. Maybe even look further away. One more test of craziness. There. This up a little bit. Yeah. Okay, good. This, I think, is the way maybe how they had this set up. Very good. Alt H, show everything. Goodie. Okay. Now the black of the material here is different than our rendering, also because we also gave this object not a pitch black material. So if we set this to pitch black, it also there will actually get more darker. So this is a plastic texture, is that correct? Yeah, good. And what did we have? I think we had this set to 14 something. Okay, good. The last thing, all these lights, they need to have the shadows turned on because currently they don't cast shadows. So I select this lights, go to the light, drop shadow, contact shadow, and set these on. I set this for the moment for 1. I think most times that fixes the issue. This is only something we have to do for Eevee. Because you are rendering with cycles, that's a step you can actually save. Okay, good. Do what I needed to do. Yeah. The last thing, the texture of this is way too strong. So select the body and make sure we have plastic texture selected. 300 for the scale is good. I think you have it at 60. See the lower the scale, the bigger the pattern. So we put this at 300 or 400. Ooh, see, it gets super tiny. The strength maybe 0.1. Yeah, and you see with the strength being lower, also the shading here adjusts. Maybe our strength was too big. 0.5 when you see how this impacts everything. 0.1. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then we can go back since we figured out that actually our bump mapping was a tick too bad. We can adjust some of these lights to get more the crispness of illumination we're looking for. But again, in gentle steps. The nice thing about this new render engine Eevee, as you can see, it is super fast to set everything up. Traditionally, this type of task is a little bit more computational intensive, so it will take a little bit more time. But yeah, so there we are. What I do not necessarily like is how in my rendering this area is kind of blackish. So I don't know if I really like this light here. I might actually adjust the slide and rather try to illuminate my scene maybe with something from there so it blows down the light really nicely. But you can see if I put the light on top, then I'm missing some of these gradations which I don't have there. So maybe this. What about if we hide this one? This is actually not bad either. So we show more the highlight from the front. We draw a really nice contrast to there. Can bring this down a little bit more. Maybe make this a tick wider. There. Yeah, I think I like this actually a tick better than what they had. What about this one? Now we can keep it down there. If we move it to here and maybe move this one up, you can see we can create more elements happening there. And I want here a little bit of definition. So I can bring this one down. That doesn't look too bad either. Again, these photos, etc., we can always use as a reference. We also never really know how far these are photoshopped, how far they are correct. And then we can explore and experiment with this stuff. That's it.